Metabolic enhancement doesn't need to rely on dieting, supplements, or complex routines. Some of the most effective ways to improve metabolic rate, mitochondrial function, and overall energy efficiency come from simple, free lifestyle interventions that work with the body's natural rhythms. What makes these methods so encouraging is how accessible and sustainable they are. Anyone can implement them, and even small changes can produce meaningful improvements in daily vitality. Rather than forcing the body to burn more energy through restriction or stimulants, these approaches help the metabolism become more flexible, resilient, and efficient over time. One of the most powerful free tools for metabolic improvement is strategic exposure to natural light, especially in the morning. When sunlight reaches the eyes and skin early in the day, it activates core circadian pathways that influence everything from mitochondrial function to hormone balance. A well-regulated circadian rhythm tells the body when to allocate energy for activity, digestion, repair, and thermogenesis. This clear timing enhances metabolic stability and helps prevent sluggishness, late-day fatigue, and irregular hunger signals. In many studies, people who consistently receive morning sunlight show better glucose control, healthier cortisol patterns, and more synchronized energy levels. Light effectively sets the metabolic clock, allowing the body to work with greater harmony and efficiency. Cold exposure adds another accessible metabolic stimulus. When the body faces cold water in a shower or briefly steps into a chilly environment, it activates brown adipose tissue, a metabolically active type of fat that burns calories to generate heat. This process, called non-shivering thermogenesis, improves mitochondrial density and efficiency. Over time, it trains the body to convert energy into warmth more readily, which raises overall metabolic output. Cold exposure also enhances insulin sensitivity and supports more stable energy levels throughout the day. The effect is not about pushing the body to extremes. Even 20 to 30 seconds of cool water at the end of a shower can begin to build metabolic resilience and support long-term energy regulation. Physical movement throughout the day is another critical factor, and it does not require structured exercise. Short, frequent bouts of low-intensity activity, such as standing up every hour, stretching, taking quick walks, or using the stairs, help maintain metabolic momentum. Each burst of movement increases muscle glucose uptake, stimulates circulation, and activates enzymes involved in fat and carbohydrate metabolism. Research shows that breaking up sedentary time has a disproportionately large impact on metabolic health, often more than a single daily workout. This approach helps the body continue burning energy at a steady pace instead of falling into long periods of metabolic stagnation. By keeping muscles engaged, even lightly, you support faster mitochondrial turnover and improved metabolic flexibility. Breathwork also contributes to metabolic enhancement in ways that many people overlook. Deep, diaphragmatic breathing improves oxygen delivery to cells, which directly supports mitochondrial ADP production. When the breath becomes slow and controlled, the autonomic nervous system shifts into a balanced state, reducing stress-driven cortisol spikes that can suppress metabolic function. Certain breathwork practices increase carbon dioxide tolerance, allowing cells to use oxygen more efficiently. Over time, this enhances endurance, daily energy, and overall metabolic stability. The beauty of breathwork is that it requires nothing more than a few minutes of attention, yet the physiological benefits accumulate with consistency. Grounding provides a gentle but meaningful metabolic benefit as well. Direct contact with the earth, walking barefoot on grass, soil, or sand, supports healthy inflammation levels and improves cortisol rhythms. Chronic inflammation can disrupt mitochondrial function and slow metabolic rate, but grounding appears to ease this process, creating a biological environment more favorable for energy production. Improved sleep quality, which is often reported by people who practice grounding, further enhances metabolic efficiency. Deep, consistent sleep allows the body to reset insulin sensitivity, regulate appetite hormones, and repair mitochondria. All of these changes support a smoother, more responsive metabolic system. Natural heat exposure also plays a role, and it's something many people overlook. Spending time in warm environments, whether through sunlight, a warm bath, or simply being outdoors, can increase circulation, improve vascular flexibility, and enhance the activity of heat shock proteins that protect mitochondrial health. Even mild heat exposure supports better recovery and metabolic function, offering a free alternative to expensive sauna treatments. These small temperature challenges, both hot and cold, act as gentle hormetic stressors that strengthen the body's ability to adapt, repair, and produce energy. Posture and breathing during movement amplify metabolic effects even more. Walking with relaxed shoulders and intentional inhalations increases oxygenation, supports lymphatic flow, and encourages healthier gait patterns that activate larger muscle groups. The result is increased calorie burn and better mitochondrial engagement without adding intensity or structured workouts. Perhaps the most uplifting aspect of these lifestyle interventions is not just what they do individually, but how they work together to support a healthier, more youthful metabolic profile. Light anchors the metabolic clock. Movement sparks ongoing energy use. Breathwork optimizes oxygenation. Cold exposure boosts mitochondrial density. Grounding eases inflammation, and heat exposure enhances recovery. None of these tools require dieting, supplements, or expense. What they require is consistency and a willingness to reconnect with natural environmental cues that humans evolved to depend on. When practiced regularly, these free habits can transform energy levels, improve metabolic adaptability, and strengthen long-term health in a way that feels both sustainable and empowering. They support the kind of metabolism that is steady, flexible, and efficient, one that makes daily life feel lighter, more energized, and more aligned with the body's natural capacity for vitality.